Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to be on page 150 today, and we're going to be focusing on subtracting mixed numbers and subtracting those mixed numbers from a mixed number. And we have plenty of different strategies that we can use in order to solve. We have number bond. We have number line. We also have the arrow way. There are so many ways to decompose these mixed numbers, but I want to show you kind of the standard algorithm way that allows us to use all these strategies into one. So let's focus on 3A, 3B, and 3C. So they definitely have the arrow way going here. So 5 and 5/8 subtract 2 and 7/8. But what we can focus our time here is first subtracting our whole numbers, because we can subtract 5 and we can subtract 2. That is possible. So we will have 3 whole. Make sure just to connect that 5/8 and that 7/8. Okay. Here, they definitely would want us to, in the arrow way, decompose 5/8, 7/8 into 5/8 and 2/8, where we would subtract these. These would subtract out, and we would have 3 subtract 2/8. For me, this is just already too many steps. So what I would like to do is we are going to do this arrow way, but in a different solution, different possibilities here. So let's go into subtracting that 7/8, stacking, and from here we can decompose this 3 to make it 2 whole. And remember, we're going to add on an 8/8, 2 5/8, and we are going to have this is going to be 13 now. And now we can subtract, because we have unbundled and we have added a whole number to this fraction. So we do have enough in the numerators to subtract. So this is 6/8, and we have 2 whole. Okay. So that's what I really want us to focus on. Now we can work on the number line. I would like to do one problem with the number line. I'm not going to do that till we get to the tenths. I really don't want to write out twelfths here, because that would just be just kind of torturous. So I am going to give another example of our standard algorithm, also focusing on that on the arrow way to using both in order to solve. So let's do this next one together. So 4 and 3/12, subtract 3 and 8/12. All right, so you should already see that, hey, yeah, we can subtract our whole numbers. We're good to go. So 4 subtract 3 is 1 whole. But don't forget your 3/12, and don't forget your 8/12. Okay. Well, right here, let's just go right into, they would want our arrow way to subtract 3/12, have 5/12 left over, so this subtracts out, right? So if you want to do that, you totally can. It's just they don't really give you a strategy to understand what is 1 whole subtract 5/12 afterwards. And so that's always a major complaint for me in Eureka Math. They just assume that you know what to do. And so with my standard algorithm way, what we can do is we can subtract 8/12. And here we are going to take out a whole. So we have 0. We got nothing left. And let's add on that 1 whole, which would be 12/12, right? That we unbundled. And 12 plus 3, well, that's going to be 15. So now we can subtract, and we would have 7/12 left over. Okay, perfect. Now, if your teacher asked you to do the arrow way, asked you to do or show a number line, let me show you a number line but paired with my standard algorithm so that you get an idea of both. So let's draw this out. So 9 and 1/10. Subtract 6 and 9/10. All right, we can definitely subtract 9 and 6, right? We can do that. We don't even have to worry about that. So that is 3 and 1/10. Subtract 9/10. All right, so let's make a quick number line, and then I'll pair that with my standard algorithm so that you can see both. So with my number line, I'm just going to put it down here so I have space. Okay. And I'm going to put my 3 right in the middle, my 3 hole, because we probably are going to go to 2 hole, but I just want to make sure. So I'm starting with 3 hole in the middle, then I go to 2, then I go to 4 with subtraction. I know that our partitions are going to be broken into tenths. How do I know that? Well, my denominator is tenths, right? So we're going to break these partitions into tenths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I already messed up. You know, I should cut this into fifths. Boom. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10. Perfect. Let me cut this in half and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10. Okay. So we have our partitions. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with 3 and 1/10. That is right here, right? We have 3 and 1/10 right there. It's right here. And we're going to subtract 9. So let's subtract 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that is 2 and 2/10. Okay. So if you wanted to do the number line way, that is what we can. That's exactly how we would do it. But let's double check using our standard algorithm. 3 1/10. Subtract 9/10. All right. So remember, we're going to unbundle, and we are going to add that 10/10. So this would become 11. And 11 subtract 9 is 2/10. Bring down your 2 whole, and boom. All right. Yep. That makes sense. We're good to go. We have the same solution here. So I at least gave you a sample of a number line if you were asked to do one. Okay. So what I'd like for you to do for the next portion of this homework is to do the rest. Now here it asks you for any strategy. So you have the number way, you have your number line, you have the standard algorithm. So use what you feel comfortable with and practice that strategy so that you have it for your test coming up. Because our module test is coming up, y'all. We only got a little bit more. We got only go up to lesson 41, so we got 7 more lessons. So make sure you have a strategy that you feel comfortable with. All right, everybody, have a good night and good luck.